Willie Mullins outdid himself just a day after his Grand National triumph. Willie Mullins, the legendary trainer and Grand National winner, pulled off another incredible feat a day after Saturday's showpiece at Aintree. The 68-year-old trained all of the top 3 finishers, with Nick Rocket securing a famous victory ahead of I Am Maximus and Grange Clare West. Remarkably, his son Patrick was aboard the winning horse. Mullins is in unstoppable form and celebrated one of the finest triumphs of his career at the Grand National, but he went one better the following day. He returned to Ireland for a meeting at Ferryhouse and outdid himself by claiming a sensational 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the Donoghue Marquis Novice Hurdle. Irency, owned by the legendary J.P. McManus and ridden by Mark Walsh, was first past the post. He saw off the challenge posed by runner-up Carniquet, the pre-race favorite with Rachel Blackmore in the saddle. Mullins also trained third-placed Bellocchio, steered by jockey Danny Mullins, who came 5th in the Grand National aboard Meeting Off the Waters. Gusher under Brian Hayes was 4th, while Runcock, ridden by J.J. Slevin, crossed the line in 5th. The only other trainers to get a look in were Timothy Doyle and Henry de Bromhead, with Beaufort's Storm and Down Mexico Way finishing 6th and 7th respectively. Sea of Sands, the 8th runner and last-placed finisher, was also trained by Mullins. It capped off an unbelievable week for the Irishman, who was overcome with emotion after watching his son Patrick win the Grand National aboard Nick Rocket. Mullins was seen fighting back tears in his post-race interview with ITV reporter Matt Chapman. He was already taking deep breaths and trying to compose himself when he was asked to sum up his thoughts, replying, "It was some result, yeah." Chapman told Mullins he must have been pinching himself, to which he responded, "Yeah, to be able to let your son," before tipping his hat to the camera to hide his face. Sensing that Mullins was struggling to keep it together, Chapman put his arm around his shoulder. After a brief pause, Mullins was able to compose himself enough to say, "It's lovely to be able to give your son a ride in the National, but to be able to win it is just unbelievable." Mullins also cleaned up at last month's Cheltenham Festival, where he equaled his own record by saddling 10 winners. However, he remains behind Dan Skelton in the race to be crowned Champion Jump Trainer of 2025 by Great British Racing.